Bloody hell, that's heavy. All right, so this is the PC I've been using for a little over a year now. Pretty nice water-cooled system. I did do a video on it, but it's time for a change. I'm not as interested in all these RGB elements anymore. I want something a bit more zen and minimal, which you'll see in the next episode of this series. But we're going to take all of this down, and then we're going to go to a mini ITX air-cooled system instead. I'm going to talk through the whole process. We're going to take it all apart, and then in the next video we'll build up our new PC. So this is what we're taking apart, is the BarrowCH Star 1 case. They're pretty rare. I don't think they make them anymore, but it's what's called a distro case. So that means that the whole case acts as a reservoir and a distributor for all the liquid cooling outlets and inlets. So all the fluid is stored within the case itself. It's more like a frame, and then it's got lots of these points where I've put the hard tubing in between. And then on the reverse is where you'll find all the radiators. There he is. He's coming to help. Barb, you gonna come and drain this loop for me, mate? Okay, so firstly, I just want you to ignore this loop here, because that was when I was at my wit's end trying to get all this stuff routed together. Just ignore that. And then we're gonna use this drain port here to get a lot of the fluid out. But that said, the way that this case is laid out means that it's not all going to be able to come out through there. I'm going to have to basically pull some pipes apart to get the rest of it out, but this is going to get a decent amount out of the biggest reservoir portion. So I managed to get a decent amount out, but that is nowhere near all of it. Okay, and this bit might make some of you a bit queasy, seeing as the amount of hardware that's in there, but to get more of the fluid out, I'm going to have to invert the case a bit. So we've got a decent amount out, but there's still more to get. Now I think before pulling any tubes out to get the rest of the fluid, maybe we should take out some of these cables. Okay, so fan's off. Let's open one of these tubes up. It's going to go everywhere, isn't it? Let's get that bowl. There's the GPU, RTX 3090. Still a bit of fluid in there, but also it looks a bit gummed up in there, doesn't it? So I think before I sell this backplate on, I'm going to have to clean that up, I think. One thing I am going to miss about custom liquid cooling is just like, look how thin you can make your graphics card. Just looks so cool like that. Yeah, that's one of the things that I will miss. Okay, and here is everything. Power supply, graphics card, anti-sag, motherboard assembly, all the fans, all the fittings. Look how many of these are. Geez, didn't realise how many I had to use. There we go, and then of course there's the case. And then, not forgetting, the two radiators here as well, which need a good clean. So, time for a bit of a clean-up job. And then try and get all this back into brand spanking new condition. So here we are in the garden, and why? Because I can't think of a way to do an outro to this video except to ask the question, what do you think is actually the point of custom loop liquid cooling? Because to me, it's mainly just a vanity project, just an art thing to look nice. In terms of the performance, I didn't find that it made a huge difference. But that said, I'm not an overclocker really, so I guess that means that for me, the performance uplift is probably pointless. But for the vast majority of users out there, you're going to be much better off just using standard off-the-shelf components, and you can still make your PC look really nice. I think custom loop liquid cooling it's really reserved for those people that are enthusiasts and are doing it as a hobby type thing. So basically, don't do it unless you've got a lot of money and want your computer to look a bit nicer. So cheers, end of the video.